right?
Okay, the show truly has begun in earnest.
Of course.
With Ekiti there, everything is in place, hopefully, for that election to come and go peacefully. All right, it's time to take a look at the headlines this morning, and we're being joined by journalist and social commentator Charles Ideho. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Charles. Nice to see you.
You were saying something about in Africa, you need to branch to see the in-law. So this morning, I've also branched to see my in-law. This is my in-law.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's interesting. Welcome your in-law first. But that's how we are in Africa.
No. All right, let's begin with the points very quickly. PDP, SDP, RAPC, 36 others form alliance against Buhari. Obasanjo makes surprise appearance at PDP rally. We already talked about that. Okay, so this alliance, how much impact would it have on moving President Buhari come 2019?
Going on.
Well, I think we are traveling the same route we traveled in 2014.
Deja vu.
Yeah, when you had the amalgam of about 5 political parties converging and becoming one, which is APC of today. What was the primary aim of that amalgamation was just to remove the incumbent government as at that time, which was PDP. They didn't promise you anything, but all the look, let's just get it. What are you bringing in? Let's just when you get to the bridge, we'll cross it. And they got to the bridge. That's why you had this very first month of
crossing the bridge. The president said he made his government on 3 things.
Security, economy,
but today we're not going to discuss that. But the thing is that have they lived up to expectation? It was as that song I always sing that I always look at it. When, now that we found love,
what are we going to do with it?
So they found the love. They found the love. They didn't do anything about it. For 6 months we were waiting for Godot. You know. Now this present dispensation, what are they looking for? The only nuisance value I would say we have there is the reduction of the length of the ballot. You know, you're going to have about 68 political parties with their logos on the ballot.
And that number could even rise.
Exactly.
Well, no,
it could rise. But this coalition, we have about 39 of them, so you are shrinking the ballot, which that's the only nuisance value I have. What are they promising? The first thing is that they want to promote, listen to this, they want to promote a positive reaction to the failures of the incumbent and give hope to our members. I studied English. If I want to use text linguistics to analyze that, first of all, you are promoting a reaction to the failures. That's no promise. In English, it means nothing. Then you want to give hope to our people. The question is, who is our people? Not Nigerian people, our people. So is it that the PDP people, is it the coalition people? So it's a problem with that thing.
But even giving hope doesn't translate to
it. Doesn't translate to it. That's what I'm saying.
When you have hope, you have hope.
You have hope. Okay, hope is when is hope going to translate?
Can we realize that hope finally at some point? That's what Nigerians want.
Okay, let's we should be looking at what they're not promising anything.
Yeah, okay. Adeosun applied for exemption, alleged forged certificate under probe. That's the NYSC saying there. Of course, this issue
but I think they should come out to put everything to rest. There's another conspiracy. I mean, whatever is something is also another report that the certificate, the exemption certificate, was signed or was issued on the 9th of September 2009 to her by, who was there? The general was Brigadier General Yusuf Bomoyi, who left service in January
of that year.
And then the exemption was given, so that's clear 8 months. Does it mean this thing was signed in advance?
Retrospect.
I don't know.
Okay,
no, in advance.
In advance, exactly.
In advance. So they need to come out to say.
But unfortunately,
but the INEC is what's not INEC. NYSC say she did apply. But question is when
they are not able to say if whether that application was granted. Okay.
And what time too?
Yeah, and when. All right. And estimated billing and false metering, FG orders NERC, that's the regulatory body of the power sector. They're saying, look, you guys need to begin to ensure that this discourse actually meet the demands or requirements of the agreement or the MOU between them and the federal government. Obviously,
I hope it
as far as government is concerned, they're not doing enough in that area.
I hope it works.
All right, power distribution firms owe NBET 859 billion naira. And Plateau clerk Falaid Adebanjo meet Danjuma U.S. wants killers tried. They're calling on Danjuma to actually help Nigeria out of this bloodletting. What exactly can Danjuma do?
It seems to have very useful information. Yeah. When he mentioned the collusion and then the complicity of the security agencies at that time, that we had a furore following that. So I think it should have useful information that could help to also bring peace to that region. Yes.
All right, the Nation newspaper now. 2019, PDP 38 parties formed coalition against Buhari. PDM, AD were not part of the group. It's pure deceit, says Keyamo. We've talked about that. Ondo ex-deputy governor's daughter's murder suspect held. And that's a really sad situation developing there. And then land acquisition, deaf, dumb protests in Ibadan. And you can see the bold picture there on what's going on. And then Ekiti 2018, INEC stakeholders meeting disrupted. And while we are deploying 30,000 personnel by police, they were trying to give explanation to why to justify the number of police personnel. 2 arrested for printing electoral materials.
Obviously, from what happened at the INEC stakeholders meeting, you can say that it is justifiable that you have 30,000 police deployed.
Is it enough?
What do you mean? As in 30,000 not enough for
no.
16 local government areas?
Is it enough to deploy 30,000?
No, that's not the original reason. But when at that level, you already have this kind of situation, that it means that truly, I mean, INEC has identified about 170 flashpoints in Ekiti already.
The deployment of 30,000 police men is an overkill. It's an overkill.
You think so?
I personally believe so. It's an overkill.
But if you look at the back and forth, the war of words between some of the main contenders, there, you get to know that there's a lot of undercurrents going on.
What is the population of Ekiti? That you not deploy 30,000 policemen.
You ensure that there's adequate peace.
Two or three helicopters, and then about 5 APCs and 10 and so on. Come on.
Like it's a war front.
It's like a war front.
It tells you that elections are still, unfortunately, a do or die affair in this part of the world.
But whatever kite might fly, I think
for the police and security personnel, they're just ensuring they are not the ones to vote. Theirs is just to maintain peace for the people to do their thing.
We will still get to that bridge too and cross it.
And we'll cross it, right?
All right, the Daily Sun reports Enugu Catholic priest kidnapped. Doctors demand 100 million.
Why are Catholic becoming endangered species in this country?
Obviously, some people believe that that's where the money is.
Money? I mean, but churches are supposed to be non-profit making.
Because
and especially the Orthodox churches.
If they're not robbing banks, they are attacking the
but what I'm saying, look, if you look at the church in Nigeria today,
yes,
the mega box are with the Pentecostal, the Protestants. The Orthodox churches, the priests themselves don't hold money. They are
but amongst the Orthodox churches, Catholic Church seem to be.
No, I know Catholic Church, but individual. Well, maybe when they do that, then the church itself will now start paying the ransom. But
it's sad anyway.
It's sad. I mean, they're becoming endangered.
It is. Okay, 2 arrested over electoral materials printing. They are specimen meant for voters' education, says Ayo Fayose, governor of Ekiti State.
No, specimen, don't give that.
These 2 were arrested in Lagos, somewhere in Bariga.
Yeah, Lagos. I understand the name also has
and the
similarity with the name of one of the
Yeah, the gentleman is supposed to come from the Ikare-Ekiti,
you know. Yes. But I think when you say it's like somebody printing Naira specimen, the banknote printing specimen. I mean, if you are ahead, I mean,
it is a crime.
It's a crime. Yeah. Anything that has anything that resembles
for voter education. Voter
education.
Okay.
Anyway, let this go.
You know, there are so many people in the villages, so they can roll them out and teach them. This is the political part. Yeah, it's voter education.
Okay. All right, we understand that. We'll leave it. Of course, PDP RAPC team up against Buhari. FG bans tankers and trailers with no safety measures. And Lagos alleges conspiracy between Shippers Council and the NPA.
No, sorry, the safety measures you're talking about, are you going to be doing random checking? A tanker passes, and then who is going to do the stopping to know?
Well, I guess.
Do you have what it takes to check that they are safe even before they get on the road?
So before they get on, is it that they're going to be going to where they are parked? You begin to check one by one. You know how many thousands of tankers we have across the country?
Well, I guess there has to be a stakeholders meeting between the government agencies and then the tanker drivers, because they all have unions.
And the owners, yes.
They all have unions.
NATO and
exactly.
They have all these
the RTA, those ones are even transport. That's different from the tanker drivers, because the tankers are involved with oil. The Nupeng and the Pengasan, you know.
Well, Nupeng and the rest of them, they've assured government that they're actually going to cooperate.
So there has to be a meeting between them all too.
Let's hope so. All right, I guess that's it from the Daily Sun.
Okay, now this day newspaper, let's run with it. Adamu Chiroma, final call for a man of character. It was really sad
losing him at the time.
Yeah. The NNPC signs agreement with other companies to implement $3.7 billion gas projects. Okay, PDP, RAPC, SDP, 37 parties form coalition against APC, and UK warns against rigging of AKT governorship election. APC backs military deployment.
APC backs military anyway.
Yeah, about 4,500 will be deployed.
It's been happening. The government in power will always do that. Maybe when we get to that bridge too, we'll find a way to cross.
We'll always find a way to cross these bridges. Adeosun applied for an exemption certificate, says NYC. Okay. We'll still get to the bottom of the revelations that Nigerians are waiting to know.
Yes, indeed. And to the Vanguard, that's our last paper this morning. APC backs use of soldiers, others for governorship poll. How my daughter was murdered by her fiancé. That's Ondo ex-deputy governor Luboyo saying there. For ritual purposes, of course, according to him. Adeosun applied for exemption certificates. New Kings suspend Olubadan's local government salary. And firms' confidence in economy grows to 64.9 points, according to the CBN report. And FG laments Disco's 500 billion naira indebtedness to NIBET. Let's leave it. That's all from the... yes, and Autumn is actually set to leave the APC as mediation by governors.
No, but he had been given a marching order by his people. You want our vote? Leave that party.
Okay.
Well, it's not even just Benue. Many of the states in the Middle Belt.
Yeah, Middle Belt area. Yes,
they've been meeting. The past 2 weeks, they've been constant meeting to decide how the way forward for that region.
Yes, that's right.
All right, Charles Ideho, thank you very much for coming. But we'll make you stay for the next discussion. Yeah. So
for the next bridge we'll cross.
Yes. We'll keep crossing these bridges.
Yes.
Stay with us on TVC. Breakfast will be right back.